Right, hey folks, welcome to Cook with Connor. And obviously Connor's not here tonight, so we've got a little recording for you. At the end of this, I'll give you up my mobile number. When you're cooking, don't be afraid to send me a little text message. Any questions, any queries, if you're stuck as you go along, I'll text you straight away. I'll have my phone beside between 5 and 6. So, very quickly, to get organised, the first thing we need to do for yourselves is put a pot of boiling water on. This is going to be for our sweet potatoes, and it's better to have the potatoes going into boiling water because sweet potatoes will cook quicker than mashed when we turn it into in the normal potatoes. Here we need a frying pan, a pan for poaching our fish into, obviously a dish to put our pie into. Our ingredients is 650 millilitres of milk. It can be full fat or semi-skim, doesn't matter whatever you prefer. We have the mixed fish, bulb of fennel, celery, sweet potato, carrots, onions, 100 grams of plain flour, 100 grams of butter. I've just used up the garlic butter from last week. You can put garlic in if you so wish. The double cream, and also tonight I'm going to use a deep fat fryer to cook the potato wedges in, the sweet potato fries in. Again, you can do it the same way we done the potatoes the last time. You can do them in the oven at 180 degrees, or you can do them in a deep fat fryer. So again, it's up to yourselves. If you've got a deep fat fryer, because we're using the skins, it gives it a nice crispy. Or you can fry it in the pan for a wee bit and finish them in the oven. And the beauty of today, it's being recorded, you can pause me, rewind it back, and go back and forth at your own leisure. So, and again, don't forget, happy to answer any questions or text any questions to me when I call. So, let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is, we pot of boiling water on. We're going to get the big pot, the milk, and what we're going to do is we're going to poach the fish in the milk, and straight away that does two things. It starts to cook the fish, and then it adds flavour to the milk. And we're going to use the milk as a sauce for the fish, okay? So don't add the fish until that boils. So basically what we're going to do is bring that to the boil, and then turn it off and add the fish, okay? So I'm just going to put a wee bit of seasoning on this, a wee bit of salt and pepper. Again, you don't have to. Water's boiling, and then the next thing we're going to do is, so first thing we're going to do is get the potatoes down out of the road. The sweet potatoes, so we've given them a good scrub because we're going to cook with the skin on. The skin on gives it a lot more flavour, plus it holds the shape better as well. So I've got two tonight, because I've obviously a big family to feed. Give them a good scrub with hot soapy water, and then rinse them off, not do them any harm. If you need my one and it's topped and tailed, you don't have to. And then we're going to cut these into wedges. Okay. Right guys, so the first thing we're going to do, we've scrubbed our sweet potatoes, and we're going to cut it into wedges. Now, this again is a personal thing. I want to cut them in half. I'm going to cut nice big chunky wedges. And I'll show you a different way to do it. Cut that in half again. So look, say I have lovely big chunks like that. Again, you don't have to do it like that. You can do it like chips, or you can do slices, or you can do wee fritters, whatever way you want. So just be careful, get your parents to help you with this one, because the sweet potatoes are slightly tougher to cut for some reason. But when it comes to cooking, they actually cook a lot quicker. So saying, if you don't want to do it like that, another way to do it is you cut that in half like so, and like so. And you cut wee chunks like that, that's fine as well. Just to make sure that they're all sort of similar size, because obviously if they're different sizes, the smaller parts will cook quicker. But I'm sort of cut these really chunky, so they cook sort of roughly at the same time. What I actually will do here is I'll put the big chunks in first, and then I'll put the smaller bits in to follow shortly after. So there you can see there's two different sizes. I'll cut that one down a wee bit bigger. Again, if you wanted, you can cut it into chips. So same way I would on the last time. You can cut these into smaller chip sizes, like so, in the batons. So there you go. It's again, as I always say, it's how you want it and the way you want to cook it. So nice big chunks. So once the butters begin to boil, I'm going to put these bigger ones in first. Okay. Whatever you put in, you want them to boil for just 3 minutes. That's all it'll take. Especially sweet potato cook a lot quicker. Because the water's boiling, it's only take 3 minutes, so I'll put them in. And then the beauty of recording, I'll put these in and stop it and just start again. So, not yet. I've noticed that my milk's just beginning to boil there. So what I want to do is turn it off, put the fish in the poach along with the liquid, put it all in, turn it off, and let it sit. So then you're softly poaching there. Okay. Right. So we've got the weights. So I'm just come up close a wee bit here. So it has to rapidly boil like this for 3 minutes. And the way we'll just check it, they've been going for about a minute now, so we're just going to give them a couple of minutes and just keep a wee eye. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the vegetables. So we're going to do the carrot, celery, onion and fennel. Now this is fennel, this is the bulb. And what we do is we cut the top bit off. Fennel has like an aniseed. I don't know if you know that, what I call it. If you smell, it's lovely aniseed too. This complements the fish really, really well, and this is known as dill. These wee bits of what I call our dill, and we're going to add these in at the very, very end. The woody bits, so we'll just chop them off. We'll use them for soup, and then we're going to cut the bottom. Then cut it in half, and we're going to shred this. So same like the onion, the nut at the back. I'm just going to really finely shred it. Again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. Just as long as it's nice wee bite sizes. You don't have to be like this. And then just leave that wee bit of nut at the end. Okay. Same with the other piece. And we're going to fry these up. And this gives it just a really lovely distinctive taste. Complements the fish really, really well. Okay. So I'm going to keep that like a nice shred, like shredded onion. So put that in a wee cup. And we'll do the same with the celery, and we're going to mix the celery and the fennel together. So again, celery, nice fine shred. Obviously I don't expect you to be able to do this as quickly as me, but if you want, just take an individual piece. I have just bought myself a new knife too, so we're flying through this. Just take your time or get your parents to do this at home. Oh, it's really sharp. There we go. Watch your fingernails. And we're going to mix these in with the fennel and we're going to fry this all together. And remember, keep the wee fat and the wee dill bits back. We're going to add them at the very, very end because it's a very delicate flavour. Then the onion, nut to the back. And then the same way I showed you before. This can be done really, really rough. It doesn't have to be at the end of the day. It's all going into your fish pie. It's all going to be cooked out, so it doesn't have to be all little perfect dice pieces. You can shred it. If you want to shred it, that's fine. And you do small dice. It's just whatever you want. What I would say, when it comes to the carrots, I'll show you. Cut the carrots small, because they want them cooked the same length of time. So cut it in half. And half again. So you cut it into 4 pieces. And each piece then cut it into, we call this batons. So if I was to say to the chef I want baton the carrots, that's what he would do. Or another French word is what we're going to do here is called brunoise. Did you learn French today? Brunoise is small dice, or fine dice. And that's what we're going to do with the carrots. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, just as long as they're sort of fine bite size, because you don't want big chunks of hard carrot. Because the sauce will be thick, it takes it longer to cook. So therefore, if you cook it now when you're frying it and it's small, it'll cook more even for you. Or if you really wanted, you could put a wee bit of frozen veg in it, doesn't matter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the carrots separate. Because we'll actually start with, well, believe it or not, we'll actually start with the carrots. Now, I'm just going to check. These should be nearly ready. Yeah, and I'll show you what I mean by ready. So, you can see it's still firm, but if you look, slightly soft. Still a wee bit of bite in it, but soft enough that what I call. So I'm going to strain these. them on the tray, and I'm gonna put some of the seasoning that we used for the potato wedges. So I like them spicy, but you don't have to do that. Obviously I didn't use any. Lay them out on the tray. Obviously I'm gonna fry these so it doesn't have to be perfect. If you season them when they're warm, the seasoning sticks better. So that's why I'm laying them out now. Now I'm using the seasoning that I give you before, the spicy seasoning. But there's other ones you can get. You can put just smoked paprika on them, which is really, really nice. You can put garlic and salt on them. You can put a wee bit of even the beef bouillon on them. Anything that is like turmeric, curry, even the wee sprinkle of curry powder. So look, I'm putting that on them. Oh, smell, you can smell it's beautiful. And because it's damp, or still wet and still moist and warm, it actually sticks better. So we'll let that sit. There's the seasoning. But if you want, you can just put salt and pepper. That's all you need to do. Just put salt and pepper. And then let them sit for a wee sec. Set them to one side and let them cool. Now, we're going to get your frying pan on. And we're going to fry our vegetables. So we're going to move this stuff around.